So last year I did a video updating how my Lone Star Grillz offset was doing after 3 years. It was great then, it's great now. But in that video, I mentioned that there was something I was going to need to address, and that was the gasket. The gasket that goes around the cook chamber door. I think I said in about 6 months I was going to need to deal with that. Well, I think it's about 6 months now. Now, I'm not one of those people that worries a lot about any smoke leakage a little bit. It doesn't bother me. I don't think it affects the cook that much as long as it's not billowing out around the door. This door's been great, haven't had any leakage, but the gasket is an important component of this. It also helps shield the metal-to-metal contact between the door and the cook chamber, so it's time to address it. I don't know if you can see right here, the gasket is actually peeling away. And what we're going to do is we're going to go around the cook chamber and remove the gasket. To remove the gasket, I'm just going to be using a little plastic putty knife. In some areas, it'll probably just peel away without needing that. Now, it's important to get the surface as clean as possible before you put the new gasket on. There is some little residual bits of the gasket here and some grease. So first thing I'm going to do is apply a barbecue cleaner. I'm just using the simple green heavy-duty barbecue cleaner. I'm going to let that sit for about 5 or 6 minutes. All right, that's been sitting on about 10 minutes now. Just want to start wiping it off. Some of the areas up here, there is a little bit of that old gasket adhesive that's just basically baked on. Now I could get in there with a metal scraper. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take any of the paint off. So I'm just going to get that down as much as I can right here. We're going to wipe this down. And then as soon as our cleaner is cleaned off of here, we're going to wipe it down with rubbing alcohol. Doesn't surprise me that there is some residue from the gasket here from that adhesive because this is the side closest to the firebox, so that's like baked on. I just have regular rubbing alcohol here that we're going to use. Just got some on a rag. I'm going to wipe everything down. We're going to let that dry for a few minutes, then we'll get our new gasket on. So our surface is nice and dry after that rubbing alcohol wipe down. And the gasket I'm going to be using is this gasket from Lava Lock. I've used it before on other smokers. It works great. And I cut each section to length, the upper, the sides, the lower. And it's got a paper backing you peel off to get the adhesive on there. So let's go ahead and get this done. So I'm going to start by placing it close to this inner edge here. I don't want it on the back. I want it on the inside. And I'm basically going to follow the same placement where the other gasket was. And I'm just peeling off a little bit of paper at a time here. Pressing it down. Any excess at the end, we can trim off if there's any. A little bit of extra here, I'm just going to use a box cutter. Now one of our sides. Get our gasket on our left side of the cook chamber. Finally, our bottom gasket. Just trying to keep it as close to the edge as possible without going over. There we go. New gasket installed. Need to close the lid and let it sit under pressure here just with that lid on it for about 24 hours before using it. And then I'm back in business. Thanks for watching. You all have a good day.